morning, everyone. This is another article about air pollution. I've done a few articles on this topic, and this time it's about air pollution particles found in mother's placenta. This is based on a new study. The article was published September 17th, 2018. That was a video just giving a short synopsis of the dangers of pollution and possibly the sources. This article goes into detail about a study coming from the European Respiratory Society International Congress in Paris that examined the placentas of 5 pregnant women in the UK and found that sooty particles had made their way into the placentas. So what's happening is that the women are breathing in the bad air, and it's circulating through their bodies and making its way to the placenta. Therefore, the babies are potentially being harmed in utero. I've already done an article about how air pollution has been linked to diabetes and Alzheimer's. You can go to my channel to find those videos and go further into the articles, but they say here, a pediatrician, Dr. Nerisse Liu, says we do not know whether the particles we found could also move across into the fetus, but our evidence suggests that this is indeed possible. In my personal opinion, I feel it is possible because if you have a woman who's doing drugs or who is diabetic or who is ingesting a lot of fatty foods, it does affect her child. If she's smoking, if she's drinking, that has a direct impact on the child, regardless of how long she does it or how much of the toxins she takes in. It still will affect the child. They say here they don't know if it'll have an adverse effect. They also say that these were non-smokers, so that is an indication, that's a risk that has been removed from this study. We know that the placenta allows oxygen and nutrients to pass through the mother's blood supply to the fetus through the umbilical cord, and also ensures the disposal of any waste. This particular study looked at placental macrophages. So macrophages are a part of the body's immune system, the innate immune system. They function to tackle harmful particles such as bacteria and pollution particles, as well as viruses. And they are key in helping to protect the placenta. Other cells include dendritic cells, natural killer cells, or NK cells. But macrophages are like the number one response cell when you are infected with something that is foreign, something that's coming from outside the body. Macrophages are usually very good at their job. However, this team examined 3,500 macrophage cells from the 5 placentas, finding that 60 of the cells contained 72 dark areas between them, which the researchers believe were carbon particles. So carbon is not normally found when you do macrophage analysis, but when you do the microscopy of the macrophages and you find dark rings around the macrophages, that means that they have taken in something that contained carbon, and the carbon is too heavy to get into the macrophage cells, so it just stays lining the outside of the cell membrane. We don't know what kind of carbon it was. It could have been carbon 16, carbon 20, it just depends. But either way, carbon is a heavy element, and macrophages cannot take this in, so it just stays layered around the outer surface, like I said, of the macrophage cell. The reason why I'm repeating that is because they already know that carbon is very important in industrial societies, and now we're seeing it show up inside of the macrophage of the placenta of pregnant women. Okay, so if it's in the placenta, the chances of it being in the macrophages of the baby and the mother is very high. Dr. Lisa Miyashita at Queen Mary University of London said, "We've known for a while the air pollution affects fetal development and can continue to affect babies after birth and throughout their lives. We were interested to see if these effects could be due to pollution particles moving from the mother's lungs to the placenta. Until now, there has been very little evidence that inhaled particles get into the blood from the lung. They say this new research suggests a possible mechanism of how babies are affected by pollution while being theoretically protected in the womb. I think one of the solutions here they list is stricter policies for cleaner air to reduce the impact of pollution on health worldwide, because we are already seeing a new population of young adults with health issues, she said in a statement. They're not going to do much to change that because they know that having this pollution is due to industrialization, and with industrialization you have money. It all comes down to money. And a lot of these people are not, these countries and politicians are not going to give up their money that they're getting from industrialization in order to save lives. They're just not going to do it. Higher levels of road traffic air pollution in London are associated with a higher risk of adverse pregnancy outcomes, such as babies born of low birth weight. This innovative research provides new insight into potential mechanisms to explain this association and further our understanding of causal pathways to disease. It's clear that current regulatory air pollution levels are not sufficiently protecting pregnant women and their unborn babies, and this needs to be urgently addressed by policymakers to improve public health. So I hope that this was an informative video, again, about air pollution. I know people make fun of others who walk around, especially here in LA, who wear masks, but the air quality here especially is not very good. It's like you're constantly having sinus issues. I'm having some sinus issues right now, and the air quality, will, as we see in this video, in this article, is clearly affecting babies in utero. So you all let me know what you think in the comment section about this video. I'll leave a link in the description box. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.